Alright, it's been a minute since I've been down working on the 54 Chevys, but here I've got a few days, so I'm gonna head back down to the farm and try to get some stuff done. I've been ordering parts and stuff like crazy. I've got a truck bed full of stuff to redo the brakes and the fuel system and the wiring and the cooling system and just basically everything. I'm sure there's going to be a million little things that I forgot, but I've tried to order everything to hopefully get the four-door car driving. We'll see how well I actually did. At this point, the big thing that I'm worried about is like transmission, clutch. Like, I have no idea what kind of state that's in. I'm just kind of assuming that it'll work. If not, it's not a big deal. I can order a clutch, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I'm so nervous.
I gotta go.
I feel like I'm gonna fall through the floorboard back here.
I'm fine.
Oh God. Oy, 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 oy.
You're okay. Come on.
Okay, just give me a second. Can you hold these?
You don't want to wear them?
I will in a second. If I fall through this floorboard.
You're not.
Okay. I don't like this.
Alright, here we go.
Okay. Oh shit. Oh my God. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna push you, okay?
Okay. start.
Turn it on and film like with it zoomed way in with you coming down.
Was this orange? Ooh, the original paint color? Or did somebody paint it?
Somebody painted it that. Doing good.
Thanks, hon. Nope, I'm here.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Oh, I haven't even been watching the speed gauge. You want to move your dirt bike?
No, that's all right.
Is that good? I'm not gonna go backwards.
No, you're good.
I don't know how to get out of here. It's kind of fun. I need your help.
What'd you do with the sunglasses? All right. Fuel system, cooling, brakes. Fuel system, cooling, brakes, electrical, other. All right, come check this out and see what I'm missing. But yeah, I'm gonna try to hopefully kind of clean it up a little bit. You know, I mean, it's pretty nice. But I guess first, jack it up, get the wheels off. And then from there, I'm gonna look into taking the drums off so I can at least look at those and decide if they need turned, and look and see how bad all the hardware is in the drums. And then I don't know. That's as far as I've made it. Basically restored.
Probably gonna want.
don't know what they did. Took it four-wheeling.
Obviously, they didn't appreciate what they had.
Clearly, race car. All this stuff's just toast.
But where would you find those?
That's the kind of stuff that's worth it to try to keep as much of that as you can, especially off this one, because you'll probably use that stuff on the other one.
How you can repair it though?
Well, that one's probably not any good, but this thing's gross. Well, that took about 2 hours too long to get out. So far, this has been more like automotive archaeology than anything. This thing is so freaking muddy underneath it. Well, since I was going to be here, Mom and Dad decided to get out of town for a few days, which is awesome. So I get to go feed the chickens. Hey. Hey, ZZ. Hey, ZZ. Hey, goats. So this morning I think I'm going to start in on doing some cooling system. I want to get some new shiny parts in there. So I've already got a water pump and stuff. I'll have to run to town and get a thermostat. I'd wanted to reuse the old copper radiator, but I took it to a radiator shop and it just had too many holes in it. They could recore it, but it was just going to be really expensive. So I just went ahead and ordered a new aluminum one. It's not exactly the same size, so I might have to rig up a couple little mounts, but that'll be alright. There are some reproduction radiators that are exact fits, but they were just super expensive. New water pump, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, brand new. Installation. Alright, so this is my original radiator that came off the car, and I was really hoping to use it. It's just like the original copper radiator. It's really cool looking. Like I said though, it was just way too expensive to have it record. I'm going to hold on to it, maybe use it in a different project somewhere else. But for this project, since I am trying to do it like on the cheap, this is my new radiator. It's nice and shiny. Mint is super cool looking, aluminum. It's not exactly the same size, but it's pretty close. I think it'll work. I might have to rig up a bracket or a mount to get it to work, but let's throw it in there and find out. Looks like I'm rubbing just a little bit. Alright, so looking at this thing, I do have a little bit of clearance issue with the radiator. It's a little bit narrower, a little bit taller than the original. But what it looks like is this channel that used to hold the original radiator is just held in with these 4 bolts. And it looks like if I take that out, I should have enough clearance to get the new radiator in there and close the hood. We'll see. Bam. Alright, so this is what I just cut out of the car. Originally, the radiator sat in this groove in this thing, and I actually just cut it out because my new radiator was slightly taller and hit this channel, and so cutting this out gained me that couple inches that I needed so that my hood would close with the radiator in. But something that I want to keep this piece, because the way the car was originally wired is all the wires came down the left side or the driver's side of the vehicle, and for your passenger side headlights, all the electrical ran through this cross member, and I would like to keep that because that's a pretty just neat and tidy way to hide it. So I'm actually going to go down to the shop and cut this out of it so that I can just keep this cross member and remove this whole U channel to keep my clearance for my new radiator. Okay, I actually finished some stuff today. I got a new water pump on there. I got the new thermostat in. Radiator, I've got it fitted, but I've still got to make like a bracket. I kind of halfway started to do that, and then I got lazy. But it's almost there. I can finish that up pretty quick. I'm not going to mark it out though, because that would be cheating. So, a little bit of progress. Awesome. So I now have a mounted radiator. I had to build these two really cool brackets, one for each side. It's definitely not the like the cleanest fab thing ever, but I just used what I had laying around. I actually had this aluminum channel left over from a college capstone project, so I cut a side off and drilled some holes in it and got it all mounted, and it fits and the hood closes. Mad. Oh, I just love you so much, car. New battery box. Y'all helping Daddy? So later that day, after taking most of the brake system apart, I ran the drums into town to Mark and Eddie's shop so they could help me turn those, and then rebuilt the master cylinder. So the next day I can start putting it all back together. It's actually kind of cold in South Arkansas this morning. Yesterday I was actually able to get my master cylinder mostly rebuilt. I was hoping to just buy a new one, but apparently you can't get one. The only thing I have left is a gasket for the top plate where you fill it with fluid. And I also cannot find that gasket. So Mark and Eddie have told me that non-corrugated cardboard is good for that. I think they're crazy, but they assured me it would work. So if it leaks, I'm going to blame them. I feel like I'm one of my mother's HGTV shows. Doing arts and crafts. I'll cut it out a little big. Oh, flawless. Flawless. Just cut the middle out and I'll be gasketed. What are you doing?
Clean this shitter.
It's not a 54 Chevrolet.
Told you I had to do this first.
You got broken priorities, sir.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, these are all the lines that I have left to bend. This one goes back to the rear end, and then it has a brake line going across the rear end. And this one goes across my cross member behind the transmission, and this goes around to my right front. This one has all kinds of crazy bends that it doesn't need, so I think I can make this one a lot simpler. This one, however, with how it bends around the frame and then goes up to the front wheel, on my left front when I did this was really hard, and my bends are all crazy and terrible. I mean, it'll work, but it's definitely not ideal, so I'm going to try to do better on this side than I did on the driver's side, and we will see how it turns out. So you can see this kind of laid out on my floor. This old crazy piece that kind of followed, I mean, it sort of tried to follow the contour of the cross member, but it did not do a very good job, which this thing has had, you know, since 1954 to get bent up and messed up, and you see the end of that's actually just broke off. I replaced it with a piece with just 290s, and it actually fits really snug against the cross member. All inside the car was just super gross, so while I was finishing up my brake lines, getting them bent and flaring the ends and stuff, Dad started cleaning it up, scraping all the insulation out of the roof, and he took out the nasty door panels that were all rotted. Started taking apart some of the trim that was orange and needed to be painted, and that kind of thing.
On this side, the left-hand side,
Mm-hmm.
the bows just slip in them holes.
Yeah.
Over here, they've got that clip. The rod fits down in there.
Yeah. At this point, the brakes are pretty much ready to go, and I have the cooling system all buttoned up. Next time I get a chance to work on it, I've got all the stuff I need for a new fuel system and all the stuff to do as much of the wiring as it's gonna need. I can't wait to just throw a seat in this thing and cover the holes in the floor and just take off in it. It's basically show car ready.